That's trash.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of That's Cool, That's Trash, the podcast where we watch a psychotronic movie online, then get together on Skype to break down the crazy. I'm Matt Howell.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Scott.
And you're joining us for a belated episode. We've been trying to get around to this one for a while. We watched a film that I watched when I was in second grade called The Treasure of the Four Crowns. It was in 3D. It was like the second film of this 3D wave. So the first film was made by these same people in like 82 called Coming At Ya, and it was a Western. And there was lots of stuff coming at the camera. And it starred the same guy, and I think he helped produce it. And so...
was it an adult film?
No. It was just a Western.
Different spelling?
Yes.
Not the one I've seen then.
And so this followed the year after, I think, I would guess, on the heels of Raiders of the Lost Ark's success.
Or Ocean's 11.
Oh, yeah, it does kind of change gears. But so this came out, I guess the guy who starred and also produced it, or helped produce it, he claims that he invented this 3D process he used as well. I remember getting these glasses. These were the first time I'd ever seen the polarized, like the field, sequential field ones or whatever they were. So he takes credit for this 3D. And if you did watch it in 3D on YouTube, I have to say that is a cyan red one, and that is essentially a video program plug-in. So this was not the 3D that was in theaters. The 3D was in theaters was very impressive.
So I do actually now that you mentioned, I do vaguely remember those weird gray.
Yep.
Kind of like they were kind of wavy sort of lines through the gray.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot about those.
Yeah, so this was done in that, and so when you see an arrow coming at you or a spearhead, it was actually pretty impressive. Like not as good as Captain EO, but I would say around that same kind of technology. So yeah, so I saw this. It blew my mind. It was the first time I'd ever seen 3D in a theater. So I wanted to watch it again and see what it was like. And let's do a little in a word. Kyle, what is this movie in a word?
Rope.
There's a lot of rope. And I think the hemp people were behind this.
All right, then.
Scott?
Simone.
Simone. So this is just free association for you. And it's
sort of. Actually, that's actually really probably my most pertinent reference ever.
Okay.
How so?
Because of the lead actor. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Simone. That was him, wasn't it? The guy who's the scumbag who screws what's her name? Jennifer Jason Leigh?
Are you out of your mind?
Am I totally out of my mind?
Vic Damone, or whatever his name was?
Yeah, Vic Damone. Simone. Vic Damone. Was it Vic Damone? I don't know.
Dude.
I'm getting all this stuff. I'm really tired.
Those movies were made within a year of each other. Do you think that guy was the same guy in this movie?
Yeah. I thought he aged really poorly. He sounds the same and he looks the same, but he just looks like he's been on a bender.
A year-long drunk really takes it out of a guy.
Okay. Yeah. No, this guy's an Italian.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear your word.
I don't. Disjointed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. For me, this movie is clearly divided up into 3 thirds.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just lay out the synopsis here real quick. So this is about an adventurer, a mercenary for hire named J.T. Stryker, which I love that name.
With a Y.
That's pretty good.
With a Y. So he has been hired to get this artifact, and then he brings it to these scholars, and they say, hey, we'll pay you some money to do this get the rest of these artifacts as one of a group of 4. And he declines, but he finally does it. He puts a crack team together, and then they go into this cult villa and get it, and then everything goes absolutely bananas, and then the movie's over. With an opening for a sequel. And that's all that happened.
Perfect.
Okay, so this is divided up in clean thirds. So when I was telling you guys how great this movie was, I was remembering literally the first 22 minutes of the film. I don't remember any of the rest of it. So the first 22 minutes is wordless, right? There's not a word in this whole
Yeah,
first sequence.
I swear, actually, I was watching it. I was thinking to myself, Tomb Raider really looks like shit.
Yeah.
God, Lara Croft's gone downhill. It's like a video game more than anything. I could see where like a 10-year-old, like back then especially, would love that.
Yes, it was like Pitfall, but real for me. Like,
Yeah, totally.
and I didn't have a chance to rewatch it, like today or whatever. So I wanted to make notes of all the things that he encountered in this Tomb Raider level, essentially, where he's getting this crown.
I have that. I actually have that list if you want to run through it.
Yes, please.
Yep.
I believe that the birds were first,
Okay.
and then I think it was a pterodactyl.
There is a pterodactyl. Oh my god.
And then, yeah. Then a snake. And then I have a couple dogs.
Yes.
Is it a pterodactyl or just a vulture?
No, there was a fucking pterodactyl.
No, there's a small pterodactyl. He's right. There's vultures and then there's a pterodactyl.
Oh, that's right. Right. Okay. I blocked that out.
And it just seems like he's falling
Yeah.
in just the perfect direction. Like he seems to be like stumbling through this elaborate maze, and it's always the right move.
Yeah. He did not. Yeah, this was not Dragon's Lair or Space Ace.
I gotta say, where the hell was this place, and what the hell was that place?
It was a castle somewhere, and that was where one of the four crowns was. I have no idea. It was. Doesn't he encounter? There's a very strong supernatural element in this, and JT is a rationalist. But isn't there some ghosts that also are trying to keep him away from the crown?
Yep.
There's a bunch of cackling ghosts that are shooting crossbows at him.
Right, and so you folks have to imagine that every time there's a crossbow or anything happening like that, or snake striking, it's coming right at the camera because this is 3D, and you have to make use of the technology, otherwise it's worthless.
And you don't even have to imagine; you can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, in 2D if you must, but I really can't imagine watching it in 2D. So I watched this on my Mac widescreen. I figured out the hard way that you can't really do 3D on television screens or computer screens, but
Try doing it on an iPhone.
But if you get back, if you turn all the lights out, and if you get back a good 6 to 7 feet away from the screen, and you have cyan red glasses like I do, it's actually pretty effective. The only place where it really breaks down is when someone's say handing someone a key right at the camera lens. That's where the vision, the image starts to break up into two, and you can see the blue one and the red one. But as far as just like scenery and depth, and foreground, background, it's actually pretty effective. It's not Coraline or anything, but it's good.
Yeah, there was some good spots, and there was some spots that were way off.
Yeah, and it's like they forgot that it was 3D for about the middle third of this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's
So.
accurate.
Okay, so we can come back to that first third, but Scott nailed it. Kyle got the list. Like, it's a video game come to life. I mean, as an 8-year-old kid, I was just like, oh my god, there's wolves, there's a pterodactyl, there's crossbows and skeletons cackling. It's like this is a dream come true for me.
Yeah, it's
Suits of armor.
It's like Pitfall with less plot.
Yeah. So he recovers the crown, and does he just get the ball, or does he get the whole crown? He gets the whole crown, and he brings it back to wherever they are. England, I don't know where this hell it's supposed to be, and he brings it to these scholars who tasked him with this, and they open it up. Oh, he gets a key from a skeleton. Sorry, they had the crown. He gets a key, right, from like a sarcophagus.
He
Right, he doesn't have the
shake it out of a scepter? Some weird. I think it was some kind of 3D.
Yes,
stuff.
you're right, Kyle. It was in a scepter that a corpse was holding, right, in a sarcophagus.
Oh yeah, because he blows. He actually has charges with him. So
to blow the stone lid off.
Yeah.
I forgot about this. So he gets the key out of this scepter, comes back, gives it to the guys. They start explaining the crown, and we have a little audio of them explaining what's going on.
This is one of the 4 golden crowns created by the Visigoths in the 6th century, sometime after their conquest of Spain.
Legend dictates that the gold balls atop 3 of the 4 crowns contain secrets to unleashing incredible powers of good and evil. After centuries, they passed into the fabric of myth and legend until 1887.
When an archaeologist discovered them in the mountains outside Toledo.
But when the Arabs invaded Spain, 3 of the 4 crowns disappeared. The 4th fell into the Arabs' hands. Attempting to unlock its secrets without using the key, they destroyed the gold ball. 3 years ago, I learned the location of the key, but there was no sense in recovering it since the crowns were still missing. Until this crown, purportedly the one containing the scroll, surfaced. I discovered it in the possession of a Sherpa mountain climber in Nepal and convinced him to sell it to me. And now we shall see.
So the little ball on top of the crown pops open, and a tiny little scroll comes out, and that tells him something. We find out that the other 2 crowns that are missing, we heard that one was destroyed by the by Arabs who were trying to open it. I think the Moors or whatever he said. So the other 2 have these balls in them that are, one represents all the force of good in the world, and the other one represents all the force of evil in the world. And they want him to go get it. But the problem is, it's in the possession of a cult leader named Brother Jonas. And he has quite a bit of security. So he has this villa up on this huge cliff that is pretty much, unapproachable, impenetrable. And impregnable. Thank you. That's good. And this is where the film veers into Ocean's 11, and he's getting the gang back together for one last job. This felt like a lot of padding to me. A lot of this stuff. We go to a circus. You guys remember going to the circus?
Yes, circus.
Yep.
So one of his guys named Socrates is a strong man. So he gets him. We find out he has a heart problem. I bet that's going to come up later. He doesn't have a long life to live.
Yeah, this is where it becomes Ocean's 11 instead of Indiana Jones for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, can you guys help me understand something? I could have sworn that he turned down the job.
He did.
Okay, and then it's just the next scene is him just on the job, right?
Well,
that's
they
as
made
far as I could tell.
They made an appeal to his humanity, like, Stryker, this is important, blah, 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 this could be the fate of the world, and he says, nuts to you, whatever, and walks out. But I think that we're supposed to believe, like, he thought on it and was like, hey, he's our Han Solo. He's a really good guy.
No, he's not. He's your victimone.
So this is a bit of a long clip, but we can hear a little bit about Brother Jonas if you want, or we can just move on.
Now, let's hear some Brother Jonas.
Oh, sure.
I want you to taste what I taste. I want you to hear what I hear. I want you to see what I see. I want you to feel what I feel. I want you to be what I am. And if you won't, then go to hell!
Leo Green, born in Brooklyn, New York, served 7 years in Sing Sing for armed robbery, where he claimed to have experienced a religious vision. When he got out, he borrowed $100 and became one of those mail-order ministers. Then he ordained himself Brother Jonas. When his small storefront cult following began to grow, he complained of political harassment. The government claimed tax fraud. He's got the crowns. This guy is an animal. We're not talking about some nut who thinks he's the Messiah or a bunch of brainwashed kids in robes bugging you in an airport. This maniac recruits for a purpose, a power base for his chosen people, the sick, the desperate, the lonely. His apostles go out and round them up like they were stray dogs. Then they ship them off to his private mountain fortress. You look at this place, they got armed guards parading around with M16s. It's supposedly to keep people out, huh? The truth is, it's to keep the apostles in. Hell, they even have cells there if you disobey his laws.
Welcome, my children. Welcome to the city of love and unity. I have prayed for the day when I would see your face before me. Face of loneliness.
He fills them with this "here you are needed, here you are loved" bull and turns them against everything and everyone they've known. That's his indoctrination squad. They pound on the new converts for 90 days and 90 nights until they're walking zombies. I mean, they'll do anything for this guy. They turn over their money, their property, their souls, all for Brother Jonas. Last count, he had 15,000 of them working the airports, shopping malls, streets, all over the world. Each one of them can turn in between 60 and 90,000 a year. Now, you figure that out. That's close to $900 million a year, tax-free.
Yeah.
So it's an issue with taxation, really, more than anything else.
Yeah.
It always comes down to that.
It really does. It's taxation without representation. It's bullshit.
Capone should have started a church. He would have been fine.
Yep. It's true.
No, this is sacrament.
Yeah. So, yeah. So this guy looks like Shel Silverstein. I don't know if you've ever seen the writer, Shel Silverstein, the poet and the songwriter and everything.
I'm familiar with his last book.
Which was?
Why the Sidewalk Ends.
Oh, right. So yeah, we know the story here, and we see very quickly through some models that are made to plan this heist that this is not going to be easy. There's pressure-sensitive plates in all the floors. There's electric eye beams in all the walls. There's like a grid of lasers everywhere.
Yep.
With armed guards all over the place. We get the band together, the for the one last heist here, and
he only had a couple days till he retired too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One crown, centilla, Spanish for diamond. It holds the power of evil, disease, famine, human despair. The other crown, adamas, Latin for diamond, the power of human goodness. A key to eternal happiness and peace.
And to protect them, he's turned the village and the temple into an armed fortress. You see these white lights? They represent armed watchtowers. Those green lights represent the checkpoints for roving bands of guards.
How are we gonna get by then?
In 2 weeks, the Brotherhood will be in the last day of its annual baptismal rituals for new converts. From sunset to sunrise, they observe this night with celebrations and indoctrinations. That's your cover.
So there's going to be
Is
a
he
big.
hiding because he's gay or something? Like, that's your cover. You'll fit right in. They'll never suspect. Your parents will be totally fine with it.
So we gather that there's no way this heist would ever work, except for the fact that this one night of the year, all of the new converts are going to be, baptized essentially into this cult. So they're going to be distracted, and they have a small window of time where they can get into this temple where the crowns are housed and get these things.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
as much as anything in this movie.
So I guess the big piece of legitimacy for this film was that it was scored by one of the masters of music composition, which is Ennio Morricone, who has done countless film soundtracks. And
4. No? More?
no, more countless.
More countless than 4.
Yeah. And he did, there's some stuff I like about this soundtrack. It seemed grossly inappropriate to me for the most part when this music is playing. Kyle, I have a clip called Graduation or Heist Planning.
All right.
Can you play that?
Yeah.
That sounds like a weird thing to pick between. You want to graduate or you want to do a heist?
The music's not going to clue you in.
We have from midnight, when the temple closes, until dawn, when it reopens, to solve them.
So we got about 6 hours.
Yep. But it might be less. Because we can't hit the temple until the ceremony's at its peak. So that could leave us just 2 or 3 hours.
Those laser beams, can they be taken out?
Yeah. Once we hit the end of the corridor.
Any windows?
4. In the cupola above the statue. But they're protected by thick iron bars.
Why don't we just cut out the bars and you lower me through one of those windows?
We can't. Because the entire roof is pressure sensitive. and it's tied into the laser eye alarm system that goes up the whole corridor.
Maybe we should try to tackle a 7-Eleven first.
Maybe you ought to get serious.
All right, pal, let's get serious. You've got a tired old man, an inexperienced female.
And you? What about you?
Just calm down, honey. I'm saving the best for last. And you, a guy who thinks we can get ready for this job by playing with these Tinker toys. And me, a guy with 90 proof courage. You want us to do this?
Yes.
90 proof, so he's only got 45% alcohol courage.
Well,
At all times.
Yes, at all times. Yeah. So he's the drunk,
He's drunk.
who just needs to stay sober long enough to do something, get them in. I don't remember what people's jobs were.
I didn't think they did anything. I mean, they did stuff.
So
it was the strong guy, but that's...
Yeah, so this is like the precursor, the great 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 grandfather of Mission Impossible's famous scene with the lasers and the descending through the thing. It's just they do it very slowly and methodically. I believe they have a cushion of about 10 feet from the ceiling down before the lasers start. So they just kind of do this flip-flop, leapfroggy thing where they're bolting these things into the beams.
Yep.
And then they're making like a cable. They're threading a cable through these eyelets, and that's it. Like they're just they methodically go over like 50 yards. And there's a couple things that are supposed to be suspenseful there, and they're not. The girl who's also from the circus, her dad was Socrates with a heart condition. She's a trapezist, so I can see why he hired her. Socrates dies of a heart attack during this stressful heist.
He dies actually of hemlock poisoning.
Oh, really? That's Socrates.
Oh, wrong one.
So,
the famous Socrates is what you're talking about.
why the fuck is Rick there? What does Rick, what does Rick add to this job?
I know what he adds. He adds, when I see him the first time, he adds me thinking what would happen if Louis Guzman and Liev Schreiber had a baby. That's what he adds.
Kyle, I'm assuming Rick is one of the guys that hired him right? He's one of the two guys, the scholars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's there. When you plan a heist, you have to bring someone who's like a negligible hire. Like, this was a terrible idea.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know why he's there. Is he an authority?
Yeah, he doesn't do shit. He doesn't do a fucking thing. And then you get to watch a key fly around his house for like 7 minutes.
I forgot about that.
But he doesn't add anything to this mission at all, except for doubt.
I'm sorry, Rick is the drunk.
Yes, Rick's the
okay.
drunk. Sorry, Rick's the drunk.
Yeah, the one who looks like a cross between Liev Schreiber and Louis Guzman.
Right, no, okay. Yeah, I thought Rick was the safe cracker type of guy, so he can get through all the security systems. He had something he plugged into what looks like an old Coleco handheld game.
Oh, no, that's the other dude. That's the guy who actually has some value in this, who's planning the mission. So there was another dude that came along with them, and Rick just sat on one of those trapeze lines and just...
You're right. He
just got hit in the neck at one point. Like, he didn't do anything.
He caught a spear.
Spear.
Yeah.
So, I think we figured it out. I think we worked it out.
I think we have. So we're down to the last part, which is absolutely crazy. So let's just jump over to a little bit of Jonas ranting while they're doing the baptism on the other side of the compound.
My children, you are blessed, for you have entered into the kingdom of heaven. For my light is the divine light. For my way is the divine way. For my power is the divine power. For my life is the divine life. Believe in me, and you will live in eternal bliss. Stray, and you will perish in the flames of hell!
Not very charismatic.
No, he's a terrible cult leader.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. He's an asshole.
He isn't. He's an asshole.
Brother Jonas is an asshole.
And the pictures they show of him during the slideshow when they're briefing JT in the beginning, they all look like he might as well have had his hand held out to the camera, like, no pictures, please. Or like there was one where he's like kind of charging the camera, like, get out of my way, bro. I love those pictures. I want all of those to be avatars for me online.
He kind of reminded me of Art Alexakis from Everclear.
I can see that.
There's just something about him, some kind of vibe. Maybe it was the hair.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Yeah, I was thinking more of Ming the Merciless, but yeah, I get it.
He does look like Ming the Merciless. He also looks, he also looks like Anton LaVey or is that what it is?
Totally, yeah. Anton LaVey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy from Everclear.
and him. So he is one of the members left the cult, and she came back diseased and ill, and he does some faith healing on her, and you get to see from a little wink of her eye and a wink of his eye that this has all been planned. It's all phony. So I was disappointed that he's not the real deal.
Yeah, it sucks when you get to peek behind the curtain.
Okay, so let's get down to the part that I must have blocked out of my 8-year-old mind, which is when everything goes off the hook. So Rick descends down, uses the key to open these things, and there's these 2 balls. At the same time, I think Socrates' death triggered an alarm. Like he dropped something when he had his heart attack and died or something, and something happens, and all the cult members start rushing towards the Temple of the Crowns. At this point, JT grabs the ball of good and the ball of evil, and his head starts spinning like a firework.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either. Around and around and around. And there's smoke and sparks and everything. And then when he slowly turns around, he looks like Harvey Dent, Two-Face. One side of his face is evil, which looks like a lizard, like burnt, blah, blah, blah. And the other side is his goodness. And because he's holding these 2 balls, flamethrower, 10-foot-long flames start shooting out of everywhere and burning all the cult members and melting them.
I gotta say,
thank you.
Yeah, that kind of makes more sense. But I want to say, if they got the evil side pretty good.
Yeah.
But the good side really shouldn't look like a burnt-out Victimone, right? All right.
I guess not.
Was one of the fires good fire, and then the other one was bad fire?
Yeah, why shouldn't one have been like,
purifying light or something?
Water? I don't know.
I don't know.
Should have been squirt gun.
And they
hose.
Basically, it felt like they were just like, we need to have something big happen here, and we need to have the equivalent of the Nazi melting it in the Raiders. So,
except for they did. I know that they imply that he's going to kill him with the flamethrower hands.
Yeah.
But all I see is guns exploding, which was an odd choice for me.
Yeah.
Like people's hands, and the guns exploding out of their hands.
Yeah, it's complicated.
You'd think that they would just kill. I mean, I think they imply he kills everyone, but apparently those flamethrowers are too dangerous to even shoot a dummy with it. You don't see anyone burn in any sort of capacity at all.
A couple people run by on fire.
Do they?
A couple cult members, yeah.
Oh.
And the Brother Jonas melts like wax, doesn't he? Like a little bit. He starts to. It's not quite as elaborate or as cool as in Raiders, but it's. You can get that. He's starting to melt and.
I think you're imagining things because you want something to happen really badly that's cool.
Kyle, that happened, didn't it?
It did happen, yeah.
Okay.
Did it?
Was
it just his makeup?
It's not very dramatic. No, it's not a very good special effect. So Brother Jonas is dead. The cult's gone, and the girl, he's kind of turning on the girl, like he's getting ready to torch her, and she starts crying and appealing, like JT, you're in there. I know. Come back, and he turns back into JT, puts the balls down, and he's fine.
And they go to the mall.
And then there's this complete non sequitur ending, which I read online was about them trying to set up for a sequel in case this was a smash hit. There is a swamp pit of murky water, and a thing pops out like a creature, and it's just kind of sitting there like pulsating, like Kyle likes slimy things in movies to do. And then a eye or something shoots out of the camera, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Brother Jonas?
Yeah, I think it was like all.
Again?
I thought it was like all the cult members, the ones who were fried in a big melted pool, and they And
if that's what it was, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was actually that would be awesome. You know what else was awesome? This is something that we should have started to talk about at the beginning, but I was excited when I started this movie though, because This movie was made by Golan and Globus.
Oh yes.
Who all the stories about that company.
I've heard some of them. I'm not.
Oh, they were like the notorious, like, they had a big expose on 60 Minutes, basically railing on them. I remember watching as a child. I watched 60 Minutes as a child.
We only had 2 channels, so I mean,
yeah, I had one. I had CBS. I watched MASH. I think every Sunday it was MASH because that was always on at 5, followed by Wild Kingdom and The Muppet Show, and then 60 Minutes.
So what's the deal with this company?
Oh, anyway, they did all kinds of fraud, and they were basically making movies and not paying tax. They were just screwing everyone, and they were just total hacks.
They were slimy.
It was super. They had their hands in Superman 2 or 3, and they was partially the reason they blamed the franchise dying was because of them ruining movies in the early 80s because they were sort of gobbling movies up and releasing a lot of dreck.
Yes.
And they were notorious, so it's worth actually looking up the history. So now you know. One to grow on.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't really explain that very well, but it is interesting. Golan Globe.
No, it is.
It's worth looking up. It was interesting.
So there's a documentary called Electric Boogaloo, The Wild Untold Story of Canon Films, and that's about this as well.
Okay.
So you might want to check that
Golan
out.
and Globus were producers, or the producers, owners of the company. I don't know. They were a couple dirtbags, apparently.
Yeah. Infamous dirtbags.
Infamous dirtbags. Like if their name was on a movie, you knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah, it was pretty dreck.
Yeah.
You know, I did think it was interesting that Edmund was the name of the other guy, the science nerd planner. But he wrote this movie.
Oh.
As well as a few others that I'd like to just highlight for you, because I think you've seen some of these. Police Academy 3, Police Academy 4, Police Academy 5.
That's when it got good.
Yep, Loaded Weapon 1.
Loaded
Weapon. Alan Quartermain and the City of Lost Gold.
Oh, that's a good B movie.
Yeah, actually, that's good. That's got what's his name? Richard, or what's his name?
Richard Chamberlain.
Richard Chamberlain.
I'm sorry, that's the sequel. King Solomon's Mines was first. I don't think Alan Quartermain and the Lost City of Gold was supposed to be good.
No, but I remember seeing it in the theater because it was basically a cash grab because of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Raiders cash grabs.
Yeah, I like that. I like cash grab movies. I mean, I don't, but I like them.
Kyle, he wrote both of the Alan Quartermain films.
Oh, he did?
He did King Solomon's Mines.
Oh, he did,
the year before that.
Nice.
And he wrote Coming At Ya. So.
I think that movie wrote itself.
So is everyone trying to chase like that? So I remember I think my first movie that I saw was Creature of the Black Lagoon. Like when you went to Taco Bell and you got the glasses.
Yeah, I did that too.
And Creature of the Black Lagoon.
They showed it on TV.
Taco Bell.
They showed it on TV in 3D, and if you went to Taco Time and you got 2 crisp bean or crisp beef burritos, you got a free pair of glasses. And I begged my grandma to take me. Begged her.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
She didn't want to. She wanted to spend the $1.40 to get to make her grandson happy. It took her like an hour of just pleading.
See, this is what I get for having one channel.
Yeah.
But there's this amazing scene, and at least for me, the one that I remember the most was dropping the rope, and you're seeing the rope like coming at you, and then it snaps you right in the face. And that always stuck with me because that was, to me, just completely mind-blowing. And I loved in this movie how they kept trying to do that over and over and over again with this rope. Constantly.
Yes.
Never quite got it.
They did not.
Yeah. And again, if you were in the theaters, it would have been much more exciting. But if you are interested in seeing how many effects actually did the, in the camera thing, Roger Ebert's review of this film from back in the day is online on his website. And he lists everything. Like, it's pretty silly. I mean, there's just everyday objects that aren't even part of any kind of action scene or anything else, just kind of waving in your face. Like I was mentioning, like when he gets the key in the beginning of the film and he gives it to the two scholars, like one guy hands the key to him and the camera cuts to that point of view, and then and then from his point of view, it's just ridiculous. And then you get the other angle of the guy receiving it and going into your key in your face. It's just, I love it. So let's do judgments.
Okay.
All right.
Don't even worry about my childhood, Kyle. Don't even.
It's no problem. I understand.
Don't factor that in.
So, okay, clearly, right. We've already discussed that this is 3 different movies. I was completely intrigued at the first part, and then like once they got into they started recruiting guys. I was like, man, this changed into a heist movie, and I got bored with it. And then once they got actually inside and started putting the rigging together, I started getting excited about it again, because I love a good heist movie.
Yeah.
I love understanding how they're going to overcome these obstacles. But it was so fucking painful to watch this slow, tedious process. Oh man. And then the end was my absolute favorite part, where it just exploded. So, I actually had a lot of fun at the beginning and at the end of this, but, honestly, it's a trash movie, and, trying to cash in on this, on 3D and on the success of Indiana Jones and Tom LaVey and all the other good stuff at that time. So I'm going to go with, I got to go with trash on this.
Whatever it is.
I hear you. So I want to go back. I'm wondering if you can do an edit for me. I want to take back my Simone, because that doesn't make any sense, and insert Ramblin' instead.
Okay.
But not Ramblin' because the movie's Ramblin', because the movie is kind of Ramblin', but because all this nostalgia talk and talking about Alan Quartermain and TV and 60 Minutes reminded me of Rambling Rod. And I'd rather discuss that than discuss this movie. I actually believe that this would have been fun if the 3D worked, but it was just really. It doesn't on YouTube with the red and blue glasses, and that's kind of the whole reason to watch the first half an hour of this movie. It's kind of fun, but yeah, sorry about your childhood.
I'm not.
Well, you should be.
So, am I gathering a trash? Oh boy. Okay.
Sorry,
Scott, you ignorant slut. No, I completely agree with all you guys are saying, but for me, the first 20 minutes, which is like a 3D video game, and the ending, which is completely silly. I wish this were cut down to a nice Chuper length level, like a good 45 minutes. This probably would have been awesome. Like the heist, you could have cut down to 5 minutes instead of 15, whatever the hell it was. The recruitment stuff you could have pretty much cut out. I mean, if this were 40 minutes long and it was just the first and last third, I would have loved it. But I still have to give it a tepid cool, just because it's so corn dog and the ending's so weird.
And you know what? It kind of made you who you are today.
It did. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So I could sue Golan Globus, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah.
That might actually hold up in court.
So, okay, this is easy anecdotes. Like Kyle said, I love a good heist film too. The greatest heist film, in my opinion, of all time is a French film called Rififi, Rififi.
It's amazing.
It's not free. There's a Criterion edition out there. Like an edge of your seat, like find yourself holding your breath. Good heist movie, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
So I'd say
it's not free though.
It's worth it. You will pay anything for the antidote.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And then always I'd go to the source. Raiders of the Lost Ark would probably be a good place to go.
Yeah, Raiders is a good one. I was going to say, I don't know if these would qualify as anecdotes, but I think the Quartermain movies would be pretty good. You just said the name, so you guys out there listening,
King Solomon's Mines.
I was going to say just rewind to whatever that spot was in the show, but whatever. Just tell them.
Okay.
I'd like to watch that again. I don't think I've seen that since 1985.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I'm interested in watching those again. I don't think that they're bad enough for our show, though. They might be.
So if you go to YouTube and you search King Solomon's Mines 1985 full movie, you can find that there.
Sharon Stone?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so our next movie in a couple weeks, we tromp around the decades quite a bit, but I always try and keep some newer stuff in there. So I thought I'd go into the 21st century with you guys. We're going to watch the unofficial sequel to George Romero's Day of the Dead. It's from 2005. It's called Day of the Dead 2: Contagium, and it's a direct-to-video film. And I think I've seen it.
He did this?
No, unofficial. This has nothing to do with Romero.
Oh, there we go. 2005. Oh,
yeah. So, right. Yeah, it's a good bad zombie movie. I hope.
I'm down. Mark me down.
All right. So thank you guys for watching a little dose of my childhood with me.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I am really sorry that we couldn't be sitting together in the balcony.
Yeah, thanks for the glasses.
In the balcony of the Egyptian, eating popcorn together and watching this movie the way it was meant to be. But at least you got a semblance of what I experienced.
Did you see this at the Egyptian?
I did.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I'm sure my mom was thrilled. I can't remember if she dropped me off or sat through it, but I like to imagine she just dropped me off. Otherwise, She probably was cursing me that night.
Some things you got to do on your own.
Yeah.
It's part of growing up.
All right, so I'll talk to you guys in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody out there, for listening. You can always keep up with us at Twitter at @that's_trash. And we're always available on the web, www.thatscoolthatstrash.com. Please come to us either place there and say hi. We'd love to hear from you. If you have movie recommendations or just comments about any mistakes we made in the show or where we were dead wrong, like not thinking that this movie was cool, go there and tell us. So for That's Cool, That's Trash, I'm Matt Howell.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Scott.
You folks out there, stay trashy.
That's cool. That's trash.
It's garbage, folks.
Alright, that's a wrap. Still those lights, still the music. Well, it stinks, but maybe it'll work.